All right, we are live.
Third Level Up podcast.
Yes, here we go. All right. So I think we should start this off by marketing, because marketing is something I've been learning about for I'd say the past 12, probably the past year. I've been studying a lot about marketing, and we actually were talking about our marketing today and about cold calling and all this stuff that we do. Spence, what are some things that you do to market your business and get business?
I think the biggest thing to get marketing in my business out there is word of mouth, warm outreach. I think I didn't learn this soon enough. Calling everybody in your contact list, everybody you know, because then they have connections. And I think definitely in the construction business, it's word of mouth. That's the biggest marketing tool there is word of mouth. And
so it's more personable than...
Yeah, exactly. So I've tried Facebook ads, next door ads, those things, but they don't really get the attention of big time contractors. Big time contractors aren't going to be on Facebook looking for subs.
Really?
They're going to be...
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I didn't learn that soon enough. I did spend money and it was a good learning lesson, but what I do is basically cold call and go in person and meet these project managers once taking care of these big houses. And then other than that, it's just word of mouth. It's just the spread of my work and what we do.
Do you think you'll ever branch out of just being kind of almost in a sense door knocking or word of mouth? Do you think the bigger that your business grows, you'll probably do more of the social media side or website marketing, branding?
That's a good question. I think for now, it's just getting my name out there. So word of mouth is going to be the best. I feel like once you know a lot of people and the busier you get,
Referrals.
it will just spread.
Yeah.
It'll spread like wildfire, once you get big enough. And then hopefully I wouldn't have to do any marketing for construction cleanup. I mean, if I branch out into different fields, if I become a framer, let's just say, or a plumber, then I'd have to do some sort of marketing to get my name out there like that. It'd probably be the same thing. So just do 10 times more of that.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, being a realtor, it's a lot like that as well. I mean, so for me, being a realtor, I do social media, I do cold calls, I do email marketing. I've done some SMS marketing as well. And I've tried Facebook ads. They weren't very successful because I think I just have too high of a ticket item. It's just too expensive, too personable of an item to kind of sell. It's not like a product. But I really like using social media as my advertising tool as being a realtor. And a lot of people think social media is this, if I make a couple posts, I'm going to start getting clients right away, and it's no, it's no. It's a 5-10 year plan they have to do for social media. It's going to take 5 to 10 years for that to actually start making you business. And so what I've been doing mostly to get my now business has been cold calling, and I cold call a minimum of 2 hours every day. But that's between calling expired listings and for sale by owners and just normal people in the neighborhood. I just cold call literally everybody. And cold calling has been a great way to kind of get more now business. I just got a listing and that was from cold calling, And cold calling has been a really good source for me when it comes to my marketing. But I also do emails, and emailing has been very nice as well. It's a good kind of just a follow-up system. Literally my strategy from doing email marketing is that I'll literally take an article about the real estate market on the news, and I'll just copy and paste the whole thing into ChatGPT, and I'll put summarize, and then it'll summarize the whole article for me, and then I just copy and paste that into my email marketing, and I just send it off to 300 people. And that's been really, really easy because it takes me like 10 minutes to do that. And it's like, that's basically cold calling 300 people. Because like I send one email and it reaches 300 people. Just like in
that's
seconds,
awesome.
right? So that's been really nice as well. And then I do SMS, which is sending messages, like text. And that's been cool because like, you know, a lot of people like, I don't know about you guys, but if I get a call from like just some random number, I don't pick it up. Like it has to be someone I know.
I pick it up.
You pick it up?
Mm-hmm.
I don't pick it up.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah. So like if it's like some random cold phone call, I usually don't pick it up. So then after I cold call, I usually like send a text. I'm like, hey, this is Christian. I'm like a realtor. I was calling about the home and blah, blah, blah. Give me a call back. And then they'll give me a call back.
I heard there's a lot of real estate agents that screw homeowners over. How do you market yourself differently from those people?
So to kind of give you another example, so after I get off the phone with someone on the phone, to kind of, because like to them, like here, like there's a wall here, so I have no clue who you are, and I'm cold calling you. So what I do to kind of put a face to the voice is that I'll send them a text, but in that text I'll put P.S. I attached my YouTube channel and my Instagram, and there's a lot of free real estate content in there. So go check me out if you want to get to know me a little bit. And I'll send that message so then when they open it, they see like my Instagram and I'll have like all the flashy captions and all that stuff. And it's like, oh my gosh, this guy's like actually professional. And I think when they start to see that, it kind of just brings a higher like rep. It gives you like a better rep.
And watching those videos, they kind of realize that you'll take care
Like,
of
oh,
them.
this guy's legit. Like he knows what he's talking about.
It's more personable than just like, hey, I'm gonna sell your house, and then
Literally.
they're like, okay,
Literally, like
I know nothing about you.
Literally, and like, so I've technically have only been cold calling for like maybe like a month now, and because like the first part of my real estate agent journey, like I wasn't doing any cold calls. I was like, oh, I don't need to. I got advice that like, oh, I don't need a cold call. But then I kind of came to realize like, no, I need a better like outreach program. So I started cold calling. But what I learned from cold calling is that like, you just need to bring value. Because like, as soon as as soon as they pick up the phone, you say, hey, I'm a realtor. They all roll their eyes, and they're just like, oh god, here we go.
You can tell
again.
over the phone.
Yeah, you can totally tell over the phone. And you can tell that they're just like totally annoyed and just like well, another one. So I think I kind of have the intention now, like when I call, I'm just trying to like provide value to you. Like I'm just trying to help you out, even if that's not with me. And I think if I have that intention going into the call, it just makes me feel like more relaxed and natural. And it's like I'm just trying to help you out. Like I'm not trying to make you my like client or anything. Like I'm just trying to help. And if that's with me, awesome. If it's not, that's fine. You know,
Yeah.
and that's been like a huge part of my marketing, and it's helped me a lot.
Do you
I wonder.
go ahead.
I wonder how door knocking would be in the real estate agent
I've done that
area.
too. I've done that too. Door knocking is cool, but like door knocking, you got to think about it. I knock on a door, wait like 30 seconds, right? I wait like 30 seconds. Nobody comes to the door. I'm like, oh, guess no one's home. It takes me like another minute to walk to the next house. Knock, another 30 seconds. That's like 2 minutes of just 2 people.
Do you think it would be
Right.
worth it? Because it is on a more personal level.
It is.
So I wonder if that would, the timing of
Yeah.
it, it would take longer to get through as many people as you do phone calling. But would it be more reliable in getting clients because it is face to face? It is
Yeah,
more personable.
Yeah, and like I've tried door knocking, and like I found from my personal experience that it's not any better. Cause like let me ask you guys this: how many people do you know that want to move?
Not a lot.
Like no,
One.
you know
But
one person wants to
that
move.
person's already sold their home and moved. Well, is in the
Oh,
process of moving.
Yeah,
so
yeah, your uncle. Yeah, so that's one
no,
person.
No,
When was the last?
not my uncle.
Oh, okay. Well, before then, who was the last person that you knew before that person?
I don't know.
Yeah, no idea. And that's my point. It's not really about like.
Oh,
trying.
a friend.
It was a friend. But when was that? Like 3 years ago?
No, that was this year.
Oh, it was this year. Okay,
Yeah.
well, there's 2 people
Yeah.
this year, right? It's the same for me. My job is to find people who want to sell their home or want to buy a home and work with them. But from your guys' standpoint, you don't even know anyone who wants to buy or sell any real estate. You only knew 2 people this year that wanted to buy or sell their home.
Mm-hmm.
That's my point. So literally at this table, we only have 2 people. that we know of that want to buy or sell real estate. So you got to look at it from my standpoint is that it's not about like being more personable. It's more about like, of course, I'm not saying that's not important. It is, but it's just sales and that's just numbers. You just have to get through as many people as you can because eventually someone's going to say yes. And it's about how quickly can you go through all of these no's before you can get the yes. And when it comes to door knocking, your door knocking takes 2 minutes to go to like 2 houses. So to talk to 2 people, it takes 2 minutes. Where with cold calls, I can call like 10 people
from your house,
from my house in 10 minutes or 2 minutes. You know, so that's like way more like scalable than it is door knocking. I think door knocking is awesome because like I'm not gonna lie, like, over the phone I get told to F off like all the time. like I like probably like every day I probably get like 4 or 5 of those, and that's fine. But like when you're door knocking, no one's gonna tell you to F off like at your door. Like there may be like 1 or 2, but it's much less.
They're not
likely.
as confident in their meanness.
It's much less likely to happen. You know.
Yeah. So would you say that marketing for you is more social media, cold calling? Like what's the biggest thing that you do in your business that gets you the most contacts, I guess you could say?
I think with marketing it's not cold calling or social media. I think with marketing it's cold calling and social media. Like you have to put an and there. And I think it's more about like how much can you do at a very high quality. So like how much can I do at the highest quality possible and how can I do even more?
Okay. So Facebook ads are no then, not as...
I still run Facebook ads.
Really?
I do. I just don't spend my time there. Right? So like when it comes to social media, that's a 5-year thing for me. Like social media to me is more of a follow-up tool. So like another example of how I market is that like Spencer, let's say me and you, we're going to go up to Montage and we have a great conversation with a guy. I'm like, hey dude, do you have Instagram? And then you'll be like, yeah, I have Instagram. I'm like, awesome. Like if you want to come like play basketball with me or like maybe we can go smoke cigars or something. So, I don't know, just some random thing. If you want to come do something with me, like I'll text you on Instagram next time we go do it. He's like, okay, cool. Then we exchange Instagrams. Oh, he followed me on Instagram. Now he sees all my real estate content, right? And that's kind of like my follow-up tool. So that's how I use my social media. Facebook ads are kind of just to get you the more outreach to people you don't know. Because for my Instagram, my social media tools, I'm only following up with people that I already know. I'm not reaching anyone that I don't know. Facebook ads kind of gets me that person that I don't know.
Yeah.
And maybe if those people that continuously see my content but don't follow me, see so much of it that they find value and then follow me.
Yeah, so I feel like it's very different, like for everyone, because you saying that your business is more like personable and just referrals, and that's where you get the most business, whereas yours is very like social media marketing, cold calling. I think it's different for everyone.
But the thing is though, for me, like the reason why it's not like so much referral for me is because like I haven't done as many transactions.
Yeah.
Like my broker, for example, he makes like like $500 million a year, like some insane number like that. But he's all referrals. But it's because he's done so many transactions with so many people.
His name's out there.
His name's out there.
Yeah.
Right? My name's not out there. So I have to do like the nitty gritty work, the extra hustle stuff to get my name out there. Like cold calling and all this social media
and
stuff.
then hopefully once your name gets out there, it just goes from there.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so it sounds like for like both of your businesses, it's very different in the starting off process, but then like the bigger that it grows and the more connections you get, it's more just like, would you say referrals and word of mouth?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's probably when you're like, okay, yeah, I've hit the peak of my business because now I don't need to call anyone. I don't need to go out.
Honestly though, like even if I could get all the referrals in the world, like I would still cold call just to continue to expand my business because like all of us here, like we don't want to just like settle at like that $100,000 a year, $250,000 a year. Like we're trying to expand further than that. I mean, except for me. Like for me, like I'm honestly just an agent because once I make that $250,000 a year, I'm gonna then get into investing like full time. Like that's my plan. So like I don't plan on like once I get to that $250,000. I'm kind of be like, okay, referrals only now, no cold calling, full-time investor, and that'll be me. But And I even like read a book. Like, so before I became a realtor, I read a book about becoming a realtor. And I'll be honest with you, in that book, it talked a lot about cold calling. I learned way more about cold calling, like cold calling 1,000 times, than I did reading that book. Like easily.
Right.
And like I took a lot of the like things that I got from that book and like you know did actions upon the things I learned.
Mm-hmm.
But like
From my point of view, it's different though. I feel like cold calling isn't something that you can really teach. I have sales experience, and you know, normally in a sales job, they give you a script of exactly what they want you to say to sell your product. But I've learned from my experience cold calling that you sell less when following a script because it's not personable. It's not coming from like they can feel when it's
Robotic.
just yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. when
Would
it's
you
not
say
natural.
like when people are first starting in sales though, reading a script would help them improve from the start, but then eventually get better at
Honestly,
the personable level?
I would say no. I would say the thing that helped me. This could be different
hold
for
on.
other people.
But before you actually like give them like your sales strategy, because like it is very valuable, like what you learned about the sales, but tell them like why they should be taking your advice about sales. Okay, so I'll say it because she likes to play humble. So Kira actually won the #1 best salesperson selling mattresses, or it was just beds, I guess technically, right? Selling beds 3 times in a row in the nation. #1 in the nation, you guys. Like that's insane.
It was twice.
Oh, twice. My bad. So still
in
though,
the country, yeah.
2 times in the top salesman in the country 2 times. That's insane.
Yeah.
Like, that's like really really good. You
Top
like-
saleswoman.
saleswoman. Technically.
Yeah, I think I just had a skill for my phone skills. I don't know why, but I would always get sales off of the phone. But what I've learned is
Maybe it's
not,
because you're just so nice and you
Facts.
get to know these people on a personal level.
Facts.
probably.
Facts.
But I don't know. These were random people
But
that
give
I
your
become.
strategy though, because like it is very valuable. Like
Okay. So for me, I would say that it's not easier to answer the question, Spencer. For me, it wasn't easier to read a script and then learn off of that. The reason I was so good at cold calling is because I knew the product like the back of my hand. I knew everything that functions in the product, where it was made, what it was made with.
And you believed in it.
Yeah. And so that's really what helped me when selling the item. Because with any item, you, for example, you know real estate really, really well.
Yeah.
You know construction businesses. What is it called? What's your business called?
High rate services.
No.
like what
The type of business.
Oh, clean up and dump trailers.
Okay, you know that area very, very well than most people do, and that's what's going to help you sell your product. I would just say that knowing the product is what helped me.
Knowing the product, believing in it, knowing it helps another person,
And knowing how it works,
and being
knowing
like
what it
certain
can
in it.
solve.
Yeah.
Because the majority of the time, when you're doing good in sales, you're trying to resolve someone's problem and
Right.
what they have. So I'd have people come in, or not just that job. I've done other sales jobs, but like retail, for example. Someone will come in and they have a wedding or something, and I sold suits, and they need you to resolve the problem of finding them a perfect fitting then and there. So
Right.
then you have even more of an advantage because you know what they're trying to fix, the problem that they have, and then you're selling by saying, this is how I can resolve your problem for you. And I wouldn't say following a script can teach you all that, because it's not natural, it's not personable, and you're not trying to connect with another person.
Yeah,
So.
I agree. I mean, like literally with me and cold calling, like when I'm cold calling someone and I'm like, hey, I'm a realtor, they know like, another realtor. You know, like they know I'm a realtor. They know I'm wanting to gain their business. So literally, I'll be like, hey, this is a realtor. I know you got like 1,000 calls from us realtors today, but this is just another one. Hopefully, it'll be your last. And then I'll be like, well, I am trying to gain your business, and I'll tell them that on the phone because like, let's be honest here, I'm trying to gain your business. I'm trying to build my business here,
Yeah.
right? So like I'll literally just be truthful with them because a
Being
lot
straightforward.
just be straightforward because
Yeah.
like they know why you're calling.
Mm-hmm.
They know you're gonna get a paycheck out of it. So just be honest about it. Be like, I'm trying to gain my business. That's why I'm calling you. So maybe if we can work together, awesome. If not, awesome. you know? So I think it's the same in like your business. You just gotta be truthful, just be honest, and just be yourself.
And just be honest.
Yeah.
And say, look, I know you have a problem, and I'm about to rock your world and save your day.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But I think something in sales that like, even like in your business, bro, but like, I think in sales, it's like, find the issue, right? It's like when it comes to the dump trailers in construction, they probably have like a lot of stuff on the construction site that they're like, fuck, we need to clean this out so we can get our guys to like, walk through the construction site safely. So they're like, what can we do? And then that's where you come in and be like, oh yeah, we can go get rid of it for you. We can get it gone in like a day, maybe 2 days, and like that, you know?
Exactly.
Me and a realtor's like, okay, you want to sell your house? Where are you trying to move to? Okay, what's the price point? Do you have a mortgage on it still? Okay, what's the range that you're wanting to sell it in? Okay, well, that's possible. We can get it maybe around this range. Is that okay? Awesome. Okay, let's do that. And like even with you and like your career too, you know?
And I would say another thing is too, you're not really selling the product. You're selling yourself.
Oh, that was a gem.
So
that was a gem.
But it's true, like they're not attracted to the product. They're attracted to your personality and what you're bringing to the table to make it sound even bigger than the world.
So true.
Than it is. So that's why
would you say it's just part of both then?
Yeah. Like knowing the product and also having personality and confidence and not being afraid to speak your mind too.
Lights the spark.
Yeah. Because it's really about selling yourself. If they don't like you, but they really want something,
they're going to go
from someone
they don't
else.
like.
Yeah, they're going to go to someone else to buy that same product. So
true.
And if they don't want the thing very much, but they really like you and they like your personality, they're going to buy the product.
Love
you
that.
know?
Either today or sometime in the future.
Yeah.
That's so true, though. That is so true.
Yeah, and another thing about cold calling, too, is most people don't like to cold call because majority of the people that you're calling are like, no, I don't want this product. Even me, I can attest that I've done this. I'll get a call about some stupid car warranty or something, and I'll be like, no, I don't even want it. Leave me alone. And so I feel like that makes people that do have the job of cold calling not put in enough work and time into it, that it brings in less business. And when you don't take the action towards calling this certain amount of people every day, but also having your personality and your energy up, it brings less business in. So I think
true.
like
basically people getting discouraged from what happens over the phone that they don't want to do it anymore.
So true. Right. And I think and it's so important. You just have to continuously take action on it every day. And that's like, if you can just continue to take action, that's what's gold. Is just the repetition.
No matter
consistency.
what.
Yeah.
I feel like most of the people that we know are so quick to like make excuses. It could be something completely different and not just cold calling. It could be like trying to go to the gym, or trying to save their money, or trying to
lose weight.
Yeah.
It's mostly all talk.
It's just excuses.
There's a lot of
because
talk
they don't
and no
want to
action.
take the action.
Yeah.
It's like, how are you going to make that change if you don't actually go and do it? You know?
Right.
So true.
Yeah. So we had a question come in, and it basically says, when we learn something, like if we watch a podcast or watch a YouTube video or something like that, we learn something, right? Now, most people don't take the action on what they learn.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we do to take action on what we learn from podcast, books, so on?
Yeah.
What I do is I hold myself accountable. And I think you can say the same for yourself too.
How do you hold yourself accountable?
Whether that's like waking up at this time or being somewhere at this time, I set an alarm, make sure that I'm up, like no excuses, gotta go do this and get this done because I said I would. So, and if I don't do it, then
Would you say it's part of like a mindset? Like you have to change your mind to be disciplined in the way to do that thing? Because there's a lot of...
I guess you could say that.
Yeah.
I guess you could say that, but it's more just the realization that it's not going to go anywhere if you don't put in the action to do it.
Truth.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's also kind of like, let's say like the gym. Like, I'm trying to go to the gym like every day or every other day, okay? But if you're making an excuse for not going to the gym, it's usually because you're not at a pain point enough to go to the gym, to make the decision to go to the gym. It just means you're not fat enough to go to the gym finally, right? Like, to give you an example, like, this was like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, but I was like 235 pounds after I quit basketball. I gained like a lot of weight. And there was a time where I was like, I don't want to go to the gym. I didn't go to the gym for probably like a whole year straight. And I was just like, nah, screw the gym. Like I was in the gym all day playing basketball. I just don't want to do it anymore. And then I reached a point, I saw myself in the mirror, I was like, fudge, bro, what happened to you? And I just like saw my stomach and I was just so big. And I was like, dude, we gotta make a dip, we gotta make a change now, you know? So my pain point was that I was so fat and I can see myself in the mirror. I was like, I am not happy with who I'm seeing in the mirror. That's what made the change to finally like, all right, let's go to the gym, let's make a change now. So I think for a lot of people, it's that they're just not in enough pain to finally discipline themselves.
So if someone wasn't in pain and they have trouble going to the gym still, what would you say to them?
Basically, they're not fat enough. Because if they're not making the decision to go to the gym now, it just means that they're not fat enough, or they're just like they're fine with who they are. Because if they're fine with who they are, that means they're not doing it.
So you want them to eat more McDonald's, and then once they're really, really fat,
no,
pain.
No, of course. Like at the end of the day, let's just be honest here. Like if you want to go to the gym, you just gotta go to the gym. Like there's no magic words. You can go listen to all the hype music in the world, but the truth is, like you don't want to go to the gym. Sometimes you just gotta.
If you really wanted to, you would.
That's
how I think. I don't think it's anything about mindset or
no, it's not
putting yourself in the right energy. Nothing like that. I think it's you either do it because you know you need to do it, or you don't because you don't care.
Yeah.
What I've learned actually, and it's been huge, and I think it is part of the mindset. I've been going to the gym at 5 a.m. every morning, and then on weekends at 6:30 because the gym opens at 7. And the biggest thing I've learned to build self-discipline in anything is just do it. But the thing is, you can go every day, and then if you miss a day, it kind of screws up your day.
You feel guilty.
So let's just say I wake up at 5 tomorrow morning. That sets me up for the rest of the day. That sets me up to get what I have to done. It makes me feel better because I got something done. I achieved something early in the morning, really early. And then if I skip a day, it kind of screws up the rest of it in a way.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel the same way. Like literally, if I miss like let's say I was supposed to wake up at 4:30 because that's usually the time I try to wake up, and there's been times where
Which is crazy, by the way. It makes me so mad.
Yeah, like there are times where like I'll wake up like 5
like, this
or
is
maybe
too
6:30.
early to be waking up.
But if I have a day like where I have like a whole day planned out the day before, like I have like let's say tomorrow, like I have my whole day planned out tomorrow. I'm like, hey, I have to wake up at 4:30 because I have all this stuff I gotta get done, and I don't wake up at 4:30. I feel guilty the entire day
and pissed,
and
like
pissed
in a bad
off,
mood.
a whole bad mood, and you've seen it. Like if I do not wake up when I want to wake up, I get really pissed off.
Yeah, I didn't think about it like that. So yeah, I guess I agree.
That's very factuals.
Yeah,
very very
factuals.
That's just my word, right? Leave me alone. Yeah, but it's factuals. But
yeah, this is podcast number 3. I think we got into some good conversation here and good different points of view. I like how we can bounce off of each other because you might think something different than me, and I might think something different than you. Yep. And it's nice to have conversation.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, great combo.
And make sure to level up this week.
And
Go
and
to
subscribe.
The gym.
Like and subscribe as usual. Share this with someone you think would find it valuable.
Put questions in the comments.
Facts. Put some questions in the comments. All right. Bye-bye.